Hi, my name is Allainah and this is Excalibur Healing, and today I want to show you how I use turpentine to remove ropeworm parasites and Candida. Almost 10 years ago, I did my first Candida cleanse using turpentine, and after a few days of fasting and then taking my first dose, I was quite surprised to find several feet of ropeworm parasites coming out, which continued to come out for the next few days after that. So I have a ebook that I created that is a 14-day parasite and Candida cleanse, and it is for people who are just starting out doing this cleanse. I am a bit more advanced after 9 years of using this medicine, so I am going to walk you through step by step how I'm going to do this particular cleanse, and it will take me a few days to get all of these video clips compiled for you. So this is the first stage of that cleanse. So in the last couple of days, I've been waking up not feeling my best. I'm getting tired after just a couple hours of being awake. I'm having a lot of nausea throughout the day that's not going away. I'm having quite a bit of brain fog, not able to come up with my thoughts in my work and speaking them, articulating them as clearly and as easily as usual. I'm also feeling a lot of heaviness and thickness in the back of my head and my neck. And these are all indicators to me that I'm getting quite a bit of Candida overgrowth and possibly some ropeworms. So this is what I use. It's by Diamond G Forest, and it's distilled pine tree resin. And they grow the trees, they distill the resin, they do the entire process. It's pure, it's 100%, and it's the only thing I've really used in an entire decade of cleansing. I've never used any pharmaceutical dewormers. I don't intend to. I feel like I get plenty of results using what God made, and I will continue to do that. I am going to be including 2 other things in this cleanse just because I've been using them consistently anyways, which is liquid magnesium. And this is just to keep my minerals in a good balance. And I'm also using 5% Lugol's iodine, and that is to keep the water purified and also treats Candida. But other than that, I am not going to be using any other herbs. If I do feel a lot of die-off symptoms, I am going to be using activated charcoal, but no other binders. I'm not using zeolite or diatomaceous earth or anything else like that. I just want to create this video to show people how simple it can be to take 1 or 2 medicines and also to fast. And so that is what I'm going to be doing. Today will be day 1, and I have not had anything to eat or drink yet besides water with magnesium. And basically days 1 and 2 are going to be spent clearing out my digestive tract. So I will probably have a psyllium husk pudding, which I will link the recipe in the description box for you, along with all these other things that I'm using. And the pudding is going to sweep out my intestines, and it will also be a good indicator of when my digestive tract is completely empty so that I know when I can take my first dose of the turpentine. I do like the psyllium husk pudding because I do have internal hemorrhoids that I deal with from giving birth to a very large baby 11 years ago, and doing enemas sometimes is not very comfortable for me. So I do like to do the pudding just to get everything cleared out. And that will be, like I said, a good indicator of when it's time to take my first dose of turpentine. So I am going to get started with fasting. I do plan to have coconut water, my regular distilled water with the Lugol's iodine and the magnesium. And I will also be doing some herbal tea, and I might have some broth if I'm feeling like I need something savory. But other than that, I won't be eating anything. I won't be taking any other supplements. It's pretty straightforward. I'm just basically in a rush to the finish line of getting all of the matter out of my intestines so I can take that dose of turpentine. So when I see the psyllium husk pudding in the toilet, I will let you know, and we will begin with the turpentine. I have prepared the psyllium husk pudding. I added some beetroot powder to it. It will be very easy to recognize when it comes out, and then I will be ready to take turpentine. I would just like to add that the psyllium husk pudding is not recommended for people who are very constipated. If you have a hard time going to the bathroom, this will probably cause you a lot of bloating and unpleasant feelings, and so I would recommend doing enemas or drinking Epsom salt water to clear your pathways before you take turpentine. Hi, I'm just doing a little check-in. So I finished having the pudding about 2 hours ago. I've had one bowel movement since then and quite a bit of heat building up in my body. Over the years, it seems that when I make up my mind that I'm going to do a cleanse based on the symptoms I'm having, my body just kicks it into high gear right away. So I will have several bowel movements when usually I only have one in the morning. Today I've already had 4, and I think it's maybe around 10 o'clock in the morning. So definitely not loose stool. It's pretty solid and normal. But like I said, I just think my body knows when it's time to clean. It wants to get the job done. So hopefully we should be seeing some pudding in the next couple 3 hours, and then I can take turpentine. In the meantime, I am going to start drinking quite a bit of water that I've put the REMAG magnesium in and some iodine. I am not sure if I'm going to have coffee today. I don't want to get a headache, and so if I do start to feel a headache coming on, I might have some coffee, which will also expedite the process of getting this pudding to come out. So we'll just see how it goes. So I've just completed a castor oil pack with abdominal massage using turpentine, coconut oil, and then I did a coffee enema, and this is the pudding that's coming out. If it was just pudding, it would be coming out as pudding, so you can see that it's definitely pulling some things out with it, and it has quite a strong smell. So I just wanted to show you what that looks like. I am completely empty now, so I'm going to get ready to take a dose of turpentine. Okay, so as you saw in the last clip, I have just finished a round of enemas and removed the psyllium husk pudding that I ate several hours ago. So I am ready to take the first dose of turpentine. I have been using it in coconut oil with castor oil topically, doing abdominal massage during the enemas, also rubbing it all over my neck and my chest and into my lymph nodes. I also did a foot massage earlier with it. I mostly slept for the day. Definitely felt very tired doing just one day of fasting. But as you could see from the clip, without even taking any turpentine internally, I'm still removing some mucoid plaque and maybe even some intermediate stages of ropeworm. They tend to be very short and mucousy when they start out, and then they will develop into the longer ropeworms, which I have shown you in photos before. So I did have some bone broth with sauerkraut juice just now to replenish some minerals and electrolytes, and just to feel my best going into the night ahead after I take this dose. Also, I had some of my distilled water with magnesium, so I feel pretty good. Having done those enemas, I definitely have a lot more energy than I had prior to doing the enemas. So castor oil pack, enemas, abdominal massage, pudding is out, and now we're going to take turpentine. So I am not going to take this with sugar. I actually don't have sugar in my house. So I I'm going to be taking this with a shot of coconut water, which does have a little bit of carbohydrate in it. Plus I just had that bone broth with sauerkraut juice. So these parasites might be looking for some food right now. And then we're gonna hit them with this. So I decided I'm gonna do 1 teaspoon. I spilled a little bit. So we're doing 1 teaspoon of turpentine, and that's probably 1.5 ounces of coconut water. And I'm just gonna take it like a shot. I might be able to get it in 1 drink, we'll see. So, cheers. Pretty strong, but doable. So I've always, for 10 years now, I've just had really good results with this medicine, and it's very simple. It's very clean. I'm feeling so much better than I was this morning, but I'm probably gonna be in for it for the night, so we'll see how it goes. I will be checking in again to let you know how I'm feeling and what I decide I need to do, if I need to take enemas, if I need to take any activated charcoal for die-off symptoms. We'll see how it goes. So, all right, thank you so much. We'll see you soon. Hey guys, so I'm doing another check-in. It's been about 12 hours since I took the teaspoon of turpentine. I did not feel anything out of the ordinary taking that dose. I slept for a very long time, about 8 hours, which is quite a bit for me. So had a really good night's sleep. I think I woke up once, and it wasn't even to go to the bathroom. My eyes opened for a few moments and then I fell back asleep. So that's really good, because the first time that I took turpentine, I was tossing and turning all night. I felt like I had a flu. It was a very rough night, and that was taking 1/4 of a teaspoon. So this was a full teaspoon. What I'm concluding from this is that, because I haven't done a big dose like this since April. So, and it's December now. So what I'm concluding from this is that my daily dose that I take in the morning with about 4 drops of turpentine is making a big difference. And also the microdose that I take in my water jug every day, which is about 4 drops. So I'm getting, I don't drink that whole water bottle in one day, so I'm probably getting 6 drops a day of turpentine. And that's enough, apparently, to keep me from having a pretty intense die-off. I am going to take another teaspoon right now just to see. So like I said, it's been about 12 hours. I'm still in a fasted state. I had some magnesium water this morning, and I had a cup of coffee. I do not have an urge to go to the bathroom, which tells me, and I'm very sensitive down there, so that tells me that there are no large worms waiting at the back door. Yeah, I really have had no feelings from doing this at all, so that's pretty good news, because my goal is to not have to deworm for the rest of my life. So I know that it's fun sometimes to do these protocols and see things in the toilet, especially if you're not feeling great. But I'm thinking that the majority of my symptoms I was having, that I was describing earlier or yesterday, with the pain in my neck and the problems, the thickness and the brain fog, I'm thinking that that's from diet, from Candida. So I don't think that that's actually from ropeworms or other parasites. So cheers, another teaspoon. Okay, so I'll see how that goes and update you in a while. It's been about 2.5 hours since I took the second dose, a teaspoon of turpentine with coconut water, and I decided to come to work. So I'm responding fine to it. I do feel a bit emotional. I do feel a bit irritated. So I think it's definitely dissolving some things. I do feel like I'm gonna have to take an enema later. So I don't know if that's just some leftover pudding or if we have some parasites or mucoid plaque or candida, whatever it is that wants to come out. We'll find out later. But for now, I'm at work, so feeling good enough to come to work. And when I get home, I will probably, I'm thinking I'll probably do a water enema because I want to see if anything comes out. If I do coffee first, I won't be able to really see anything. So, all right, see you then. Hi, so just to recap, I was fasting for a couple of days and taking doses of turpentine without any other medicines, without any other herbs or diatomaceous earth or anything like that. I was just using turpentine and a little bit of activated charcoal when I was getting some die-off symptoms. So the first day I fasted all day and took a teaspoon of pine tree resin, the turpentine. That is a big dose for most people, but I've been doing this for 9 years, and I've also been doing a microdose of turpentine every single day of just a few drops for the last month and a half, I would say. So I felt confident taking a teaspoon, and I didn't have any herxine, no die-off symptoms, anything like that. I slept through the night. The next day, I decided to take another teaspoon in the morning, and I, again, didn't have any symptoms, so I went ahead and went to work for a few hours. When I got home, I decided to take 2 more teaspoons, and also followed by a couple of enemas, and at that point, I did have some pressure in my lower sigmoid colon, and so I knew that there was probably leftover pudding or something trying to come out. And sure enough, there was a ropeworm about this long that came out, which is probably a third of the size of the ones I'm used to getting. So that was really good, considering what I've been dealing with for years. And so that also shows me that the microdosing is working quite well. My diet hasn't been great, so a lot of the symptoms I know now that I was having were from Candida. Really doubtful that, you know, something like this would cause all the symptoms I was having. So with that said, I did break my fast this morning. I had blueberry coconut water smoothie. I'm not taking any more big doses of turpentine. So I did quite a few body massages with it, also in coconut oil, on my feet, on my abdomen, on my chest, and my neck, and my armpits. I would say that I took probably 5 teaspoons of turpentine overall in the course of about 48 hours. So that's pretty significant amount, and only got out a small amount of parasites, mucoid plaque, whatever ropeworms actually are. So, yeah, I'm back on smoothie today. I'm back on microdosing turpentine today. I'm just going to keep going with that. I don't think I'm going to have to take any big doses from now on, especially if I stay on top of my microdosing every day and on top of my food. So the Candida symptoms I was having, stiffness, joint pain, really tired every day, that is all dissolved. And that is what solvents are meant to do. So from a spiritual standpoint, I would say that there was actually quite a bit of crying that went on after I would take these doses, and it kind of connects to all the stiffness and pain I was having. I am going through some emotional stuff right now, and so that to me just speaks to how powerful this stuff really is. Like, it's going to reach you on every single level. And that's why I say I love turpentine, because it gets me as high as the consciousness of the pine trees. So it's just a nice way to get yourself out of your small little world and get some of this filth on every level knocked out. So it was a really good cleanse. I'm glad I did it. I discovered a lot about ropeworms and Candida and about myself. So, and about the microdosing I've been doing. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you can get something out of it. I do have the 14-day protocol, which I can email to you. All of that stuff will be in the description box. So thank you so much for watching this little adventure, and subscribe if you would like to see more videos like this in the future, and definitely share it and like it as it gets the video out there to help more people. So thank you again, and be blessed, and we'll see you next time.